Yo, what up guys, Big 5D here, and these are my shard pool video to obtain the rare champion from this champion chase tournament that has launched as part of this Fox Hunter fusion. If you're not aware of that, if you're not even pushing for the fusion or trying to get the rare, this might not be the event for you to push for. Maybe you've done other events and you've gotten other rares that you can get one epic from, but I'm going all the way for this fusion, so I'm going to get the legendary champion by fusing all the 4 epics. I wanted to take a moment to remember the back in those days when champion chase tournament used to coincide with a 10x, which meant we didn't have to pull our shards for champion chase. But right now, due to the fact that they switched it up, summon rush is now a 10x event, while champion chase is now a 2x event. We are forced to summon our our shards that we've saved, despite we don't really need to. I decided to mention that in this video as a point of reference because it was not like that before, and it's not the best for the players. It is the best for Playroom. So I remember that because if you go to my fragment fusion right now, check out how many legendaries I have to fuse. The point you saw is 2200, right? So this is 500, 500, 500, 500. That's 2000 points. I already have enough legendaries to summon to complete this champion chase event, and I do not need to pull my shards for this 2x sacred event. Now, if you don't pull your sacred shards right now, when else can you pull your sacred shards? You could decide to hold them till the next 2x, which is in about a month's time. It's raining heavily outside, so sorry for the noise, but that's what could happen if you decide to say, Playroom, you're not making me pull my shards this time. It's the same thing whether you pull it now or you pull it in a month's time. It's the same thing, so there's no point to actually save them. That's why we keep keeping these shards we get. I mean, these fragments we get, we don't summon them. They are still here while we are still going on and pulling new secrets that we get. So nice one, Playroom, switching the summon rush and the champion chase, making us always pull shards that we get instead of obtaining those champions. Now you might ask me, why don't I just go ahead and pull those fragments, right? I don't really have the books, I don't have the resources, or I don't really need them for any content right now in the game. If there was a boss that I could not beat and rule the huntsman was the champion that was MVP there, I would not even wait for a summon rush or a champion chase. I will pull it and build it and use him for that content. So that's what I'm keeping these champions for. When I have a content that really needs them, I will eventually pull them. There are I know a lot of you also have them. I mean, Vildrax is here, Akot the Seer is here, Tia the Tomb Angel is also here waiting for me to get one more fragment for her and pull her. So I'm just taking a moment to remember back those days when things were different. Alright, now let's head over to the shard pool video. I have 17 secrets on my main account, and I also have about 4 or 3 secrets on the noob to pro, which we're also going to pull. So let's just go ahead and start the shard pools. I have enough space for it. What am I hoping to get from the shard pools? Nothing special. We know it coincides with a 10x to obtain this what's his name now, Boragar the Elder. I already reviewed this champion in my last video. If you haven't seen it, check it out over here. I talked about his skills and his abilities, and I kind of rated him if I wanted to use him or what content he will shine on or not. So we have 12% chance instead of 6%, so this is the best time for you to pull your sacred shards. So I'll go ahead and do that. Single pulls. I'm not looking for anything special as long as it's not a duplicate. My account is over a 2-year-old account, so I do have all the epics in the game except this one, Kunoichi. Well, Shadow King is kind of new, so we are still getting all the epics from Shadow Kings. So I do not have this epic champion at all. Is she any good? Let's find out. She's defense based champion. She's kind of simple looking though, with a mask. Her face is right under it. This is not a real face. Anything behind? Nah. Looking like a traditional attire with leather. On her A1, she has a 30% chance of placing 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. That's always useful somewhere in a boss that you do not have weaken for, but you do have decreased defense for him. Attacks all enemies has a 75% chance of placing leech for 2 turns. This is not a skill that should be alone. This is an epic, so just a leech on all enemies is kind of awesome too though. It's not a single target leech at least. But if you add something else to this skill, it looks too simple. Except maybe it hits really hard, and it's even in a 4-turn cooldown. That's kind of low. 100% chance to land the leech if you book it. So does she do anything else besides this? Ally Protect for 2 turns. Fills this champion turn meter by 50%. 3 turn cooldown Ally Protect. And a passive that places block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn whenever their HP drops below 50%. So this kind of helps the Ally Protect. But here is the problem. This has a 5 turn cooldown that cannot be booked, while the Ally Protect has a 3 turn cooldown. So therefore, if you use her in some content, the first time she places the Ally Protect, she falls below 50%. She places that block damage just like, what's his name? That go with Sepulchre Sentinel. I forget this epic champion's name that places this block damage when HP falls below 2. Sandlash Survivor, yes, that's what I'm thinking of. So on that passive that also places that block. But in the second turn, when she places the leech again, her block damage skill might not be available then. She might die in the second time. Because champions who place Ally Protect without any protection for themselves usually go down. They have to be extremely tanky to survive that Ally Protect damage that is coming in. Alright, let's go on. She's not a champion that I will add to my Shadow King faction. I'm trying to use my Shadow King faction with only Boragar and those other ninja, all those other big names, you know. This one is not one of them. I don't think she will add. I already have an Ally Protect for Shadow King faction wars. Let's go ahead. Number 15th shard pool. I'm guaranteed at least 1 legendary from this pool. Now I also have all these epic champions. I don't need them for any fragment or to be duplicates in, what do you call it, Reaper. I'm not even gonna check their skills. I've completed faction wars. I'm not interested in epics anymore. I don't think there's any epics I'm looking for exactly. Not even this one. I still don't have a miscreated monster on this account. It's just a cool champion I would love to have, just for keeps. Rain Beast used to be awesome. It still is if you build him in the right way. He's extremely difficult to deal with when he keeps placing that HP burn. I took a Phoenix to 60, but I've not yet put artifacts on him. So welcome my number 2 Phoenix. I don't need 2 of you though. I intended to replace him with Amiga in the faction wars, but I've not built my first Phoenix yet. I'll maybe one day get around to doing that when there's a content I need him for. Lady Etessa, I don't want to take a look at your skill either, but I know you'll be a little bit of trash. Attack based, A1, 25% chance of placing block buffs. Has a 50% chance of placing stun on 1 enemy. And damage inflicted by this champion's skill. And any allies joining this attack. Is this ally? Okay, 2 random allies. We want all allies attack, not just 2 random allies. Nah. So Lady Etessa is not a champion to build, except you really need that ally join attack so bad. Melga. Is this my first Melga? This champion is awesome. If you do not know, a lot of people need her for this. Revives 2 random allies with 20% HP and 20% turn meter. Also places shield buff on the revive allies for 2 turns equal to 30% off their max HP. So a 5 turn revive is awesome, especially for faction wars, because there are very few epics in dwarf that can actually do a revive. They are usually tanky or shield or ally protect champions. So she is awesome for that purpose if you do not have any option than to use her. 5 turn revive though is kind of a high one if you ask me. But usually epics have that number of 4 turn or 5 turn revive, but she does on 2 random allies. On her A2, she places a shield and continuous heal. And it is based, the shield is based on her max HP, so you need to pump a lot of HP into her. Nice simple looking champion. Is really old dwarf. It's not a new one, so I don't need that for any content in my account, unfortunately. But if the noob to pro was to pull her though, it might be useful, although we already have a legendary dwarf on that account. Seneschal. This champion is not that impressive either. Perfect veil and continuous heal. Counter attack on himself. not on the team. With that A1 that can place Leech, a low chance to place it though. It's the Rain is back again. Rain is not going to stop our shard pulls, and we get a legendary, and is Lanakis the Chosen. Now, what I know about this champion without looking at her skills is that she is crazy for the arena. I'm trying to remember if she's the one that does ally join attack, or this is a different one. Let me find out. On the A1, she has a 50% chance of placing continuous heal buff on this champion for 1 turn if the attack is critical. So continuous heal on herself alone, that's a weak A1. Okay, she's the one who does ally attack. When I see her in the arena, I kill her first because I don't want her doing that shit. So let's see what's special about her ally attack. She teams up with 3 random allies to attack a single enemy. The allies joining the attack will use their default skills, that's always for sure. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%. Is it after the attack or before the attack? Fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%. Increases the duration of all allies buff by 1 turn. She increases the buff, fills the turn meter. Well, it's not their turn anyway, so whenever the attack happens, after her turn, everybody gets a 30% turn meter fill, and it's a 4-turn cooldown. So this skill is maybe better than, what's his name, Farakin the Fat? Nah, he does a lot, increased crit damage, I think. So which is even better than this one. But I see a lot of people use that too. But why? Counter attack for just 30% turn meter fill is not that special. I don't think so. Let's see if this one makes it different. On our A3, places a 30% increased crit rate buff and a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Has a 25% chance of granting an extra turn. Okay, now this is why people use that now. Because it's possible, very high chance that she might do the crit rate increase and the increased attack before she goes in for that allow all allies join attack. So if all your crit rate is increased and increased attack is done, this 25% chance of granting an extra turn can be booked up to 30, 40, 50% chance. So there's a 50% chance she will grant an extra turn to do this skill. I'm still not convinced whether she's an arena champion for me though. But no doubt I'm happy about getting a legendary that is not a duplicate for once. Lanakis the Chosen. I always thought she looked like Blind Seer, and I think they have similar champion design, Blind Seer and Lanakis. I never could differentiate between them, but now I see she's a magic affinity champion, a support champion, because she doesn't seem to like she does a lot of damage, but to just get enough speed to do her own stuff to support the team. All right, welcome to the team Lanakis. Let's see with 9 more shards to go whether we are lucky enough to get 1 more. If you use this champion for anything else than arena, let me know how else she could help you, because we have Farakin, and I feel like Farakin is, I know he doesn't join the attack, right? I also have Longbeard, who joins the attack with an increased 20% for the entire team also. So Lanakis, Farakin, Longbeard. If Longbeard wins, Farakin kind of contents with that, but I don't think she is on their level. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Maybe I'll check out videos about her to see what other people are saying about this champion. I already have a husk from our last shard pool video. He was my first husk. Now this is the second one. My undead faction is not yet full, so for duplicate, so I think I'll use this second one for that. He was the champion everybody was talking about for Hydra the last rotation, but I never built him for that purpose. This guy again, what is, okay, this is a different one. Flesh trader. They all look alike. Skinwalkers that are not so awesome. Can we get another legendaries? The Leech, this guy is used for Razing Fusion. Besides that, he has a skill that can steal, is it steal or remove your turn meter of the enemy? Where is it? Decrease the target turn meter by 100%, places decreased speed. So this is what he's best known for if you don't have any other option than to use him. But it's on a 3-turn cooldown, which makes it a very good skill that is always up for you to use. A lot of people underrate him, but just because it's a single skill that he brings. Increased defense is also there too for this champion. He doesn't bring it for the entire team, although. So he is just there for this skill. That's why people don't build him. They want champions that can do a lot more than just steal. Or he doesn't steal, he decreases by 100%. And decrease turn meter by 100% is totally different from decreasing it by depleting it totally. So depleting and decreasing is kind of different. So 100% might not mean the boss lose the entire turn meter. The fight Cena, I don't know much about this one, but he is not also popular in the raid circles. What does it do? 15% max HP. He attacks all enemies, inflicting damage equal to 50% of their max HP. If defeated, attacks all enemies, damage increases by 10% for each enemy alive. Stacks up to 100%. So he can increase his damage by 100%. That's a huge AoE damage right there. Especially if there are lots of enemies. Normally you have up to 5 enemies or 4, right? So he can increase it up to 50%. But when he starts killing them, the damage decreases 40, 30 and so on. Let's go. We have 4 more shards to go. This is the 5th one. I hope I get one more legendary before this. This is a Max Fearmonger trash champion. Totally trash. People don't build him, even not for early game even. Or for faction wars is also not that useful, except you have no options. Corpse Collector. Alright, welcome. I don't even want to know. 3 more Sacred Shards. I'm looking for that second legendary for this shard pool. But if we do not get a second legendary, Tylesia, she was a recent fusion that was used for a legendary, I think. This is the first time I'm getting her back since I used her for that fusion. So awesome. 2 more secrets to go. I know by now I have enough points to complete. Yes, I got a second one. No, I did not get a second one. This is my 3rd Eligaius. This doesn't count because it's a dupe. And that is why I wanted to pull my shards for this day instead of waiting till the fusion ends, because I wanted that 10x chance of getting that epic champion that is available on the 10x. But instead, you pull your shards, you get a dupe Eligaius. I'm not that excited about this one, but at least it wasn't my first shard pull that I got him from. At least I was already happy with the Lanakis. No. And that's the last one. Let's head over to the Noob to Pro, where I will see what that Noob to Pro is going to pull from 4 secrets. Be right back. Alright, I've logged into the Noob to Pro and currently we have 4 secrets sitting right there, and let's head over straight to the pools and see what we get from this. Epics that will change the account are also welcome even if we don't pull legendary. That's game changing right there because of what you call this other Scarab King. So this is the MVP champion for Scarab King. So I'm glad the Noob to Pro finally have an answer for Scarab. Usually we don't beat that boss for Doom Tower, we just get stuck at that particular stage. But now we have a solution for that. If you do not know, Lodric places a shield for 2 turns. So this kind of yeah, Lodric places a shield for 2 turns, and that kind of makes him the MVP for Scarab, who needs a shield before you can do any damage to him. Alright, let's head over to another shard. That was 3 more to go. Yes, a game-changing epic. I already have Frozen Banshee doing work for the brutal boss for this account, but Venomage will be built instantly to also help with the dragon. That means I'll have to take out what's his name now, Kale, for my dragon team. When there is decreased attack on the enemies, I'll have a better time going through those enemies. I'm talking about Dragon 18, Dragon 19, Dragon 20, because that's where this Noob to Pro account is currently trying to push, because those enemies are becoming kind of a problem. I do have a provoke on them. They still kill my provoke champion. So currently I was trying to get a Vogot in there. Vogot can survive, but they don't target Vogot. They target other champions who are weaker than Vogot. And she is awesome for the clan boss. So my Kale can stop being in clan boss finally, and Venomage will join because of she explodes poison. So each poison that is placed, each hit has a 35% chance of activating up to 2 poison debuffs on the target. So this is her best skill that I would think of. For general wave content, this is the skill that also helps. For also Fire Knight, which I'll also start beating a little bit, she can place this heal reduction on the Fire Knight boss while also placing 2 poisons. Alone, she doesn't place enough poisons. So giving her with Frozen Banshee or Cold Brawler will make sure that there's enough poison for her to keep exploding. She has a passive also that enemies under heal reduction debuff inflict 15% less damage. So this is what I'm talking about for the wave content, that apart from decreased attack that she places on them, right? Yes, decrease defense, decrease attack. This is an A1 skill though, it doesn't apply all the time. So besides decreased attack that she's bringing to the boss, she also brings 15% less damage that we can take. She has an aura of accuracy in all battles, which we don't need. We have enough accuracy, or we have simple if we need an aura. So she is awesome champions. Give her enough accuracy to do her stuff. Give her enough defense to survive. A lot of people try to build her with crit rate and crit damage. For my noob to pro, I will not be giving her crit rate and crit damage because I don't have good artifacts yet for that. I'll try to do survival and defense because she's a clan boss champion straight up. So Nightmare, here we come. 2 more secrets to go for the noob to pro. Even if we don't get a legendary, these pools have made up for it, and we get a second rearguard sergeant. We already have 1. We don't need 2 rearguard sergeants, except you're trying to build a weird clan boss team that does ally protect forever. But yeah, I already have this champion pulled last week from our shard pools. Now we are getting it again. Not cool. 1 more secret to go. What epic game-changing one do we get? A trash one also. So a dupe rearguard sergeant and a trash epic Osan Iron High. So he's not even gonna be a faction war champion. That's what he's good for. Early game like this, if you want him to be a faction wars that you take to level 50, not past level 50. He pairs up well with his body that looks like him, the white one, and they do a bunch of stuff that I'm not even interested in, but it's not game changing. Most of them are in a is a 4-turn cooldown. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Decrease attack on a 4-turn cooldown, AoE. Who needs that? So nah, that's all we pulled for the noob to pro. Hope you guys got a better shard pull. My main account pulled an awesome legendary champion that is new to me, and a trash one that is old to me that I don't even use at all except for faction wars. So the noob to pro did get some game changing epics also. Hopefully you guys tell me in the comments below what you got, and I'll see you guys in the next Raid Shadow Legends video. Before you click out though, hit that like button to support the channel. Thank you guys.